Coming up on the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night.
This beautiful. Boy, did he draw everybody with that dribble drive.
The fourth-ranked Kentucky Wildcats in New York to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes.
First half, that was our best defense of the season.
Number 19 Louisville goes for its fourth straight win as the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers come to town. Plus, high school basketball, highlights from the Pikeville Invitational and the High-Tech Signs and Graphics Holiday Classic. And we take you back to 1993 for this week's Sports Overtime Rewind.
It's good with 7 seconds to go. Grant hits it, and Polk County calls time with 5 seconds to go.
Are you ready?
Here we go. Whoop, the hammer.
We're ready. Let's start the show. Welcome into the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night. As Clay County's Wes Wolf and Blake Smith would say, it's lit, right?
Anyway.
I'm Jamie McCracken. She is Lauren Cash. You don't like that?
I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Up next on the show, we've got a lot to get to. You know, we've got, like you said in the tickle, there's basketball, high school basketball, loaded show, Pikeville Invitational, High-Tech Signs and Graphics Holiday Classic, Louisville, Western Kentucky, the 2015 Mr. Football finalist, and more. Yeah, and we start with number 4 Kentucky in an Empire state of mind tonight. The basketball Cats in Brooklyn today. John Calipari and Kentucky, Thad Mana, and the Ohio State University Buckeyes. CBS Sports Classic in New York. First half, Tyler Eulis. Kentucky leads by 1, 5-4. Later, it's Isaiah Briscoe. He's got moves. Dishes it off to Marcus Lee. The JM 14-12, though. Ohio State still leads. How about Cam Williams today? Dude has great hair. And that's a Grace reverse lay-in. 19-12 Ohio State. Cam had 9 off the bench. I like that hairdo. You could totally pull it off.
I could?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I can't do it either. That's Keita Bates Diop. Three-pointer good, 22-15. Ohio State still first half. Later, Kentucky turns the ball over. Trevor Thompson. You can play that jam. 27-17, Ohio State up by 10 now. 5 seconds to go in the half. Jaquan Lyle, what you got?
Here we go. Lyle. Ooh, how big. How about that?
There we go. Lyle makes it 34-25, Ohio State at the half. Let's go second half. Good day for Jamal Murray. Come get some. Knocks down the 3 ball, but the Cats are down by 12. Let's go under 9 minutes to go now. Jaquan Lyle back at it. He misses, but Trevor Thompson, he doesn't. Ohio State by 10. Later, Murray. He had a career-high 33 points today for Kentucky. Just a 4-point game now. Mark Loving can't get it to go. Jay-Sean Tate, he's there for the putback. Let's go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. Oh my goodness. Kentucky loses 74-67. John Calipari stays at 199 career wins at Kentucky. Still looking for win number 200.
They came into the game fired up, made a whole lot of threes and made a lot of buckets, and we just couldn't get into the flow.
Marcus Lee, I thought, had we'd have been down 20 at half if it wasn't for Marcus Lee. So, you know, this is a combination of everything, and us still trying to figure out how we need to play. We're still trying to look at us offensively and say, how do we play? Second half, we shoot 60%. You say, well, what'd you do different? First half, we shoot 30%. Can't make a 3, not close. I mean, you know, did we do stuff that much different? Not really. I think a lot of it was we made stops. But then again, the end of half, we stopped them for 4 straight minutes, couldn't make a basket.
All right, up next, the Cats will play Cards the day after Christmas, Lauren.
Yeah, number 19 Louisville comes to Rupp Arena Saturday, December 26th to play. Number 4 Kentucky, 6th of the last 7 belong to the Wildcats in this series. Last year, Kentucky went into the Ville and won ugly 58-50. Noon tip time for this game. You can watch it right here on WYMT.
Now, as for the Kentucky women, they are still undefeated. Tomorrow, the biggest test so far this year with number 13 Duke coming to town.
Yeah, and just like the Louisville game, Sunday's top 15 matchup will be played inside Rupp Arena, not Memorial Gym. 7th meeting all time between the Wildcats and Blue Devils. Kentucky has only beaten Duke one time. That was back in 2011. Head coach Matthew Mitchell thinks playing in Rupp can make it great for a fantastic atmosphere.
The building's big. It's got a lot of history. It's one of the iconic buildings in the country where it can just go by one name, you know, and people know the games at Rupp, and pretty much everywhere in the country, a basketball fan would know you're talking about playing at Kentucky. And so it's a great privilege and honor for us to get to play down there, and we would really love to see a big crowd. It'd be a great way for people to start the holidays, and get a big crowd down there would help us out a lot.
Kentucky and Duke tomorrow on the SEC Network, 7 o'clock tip time. This is just the 5th Kentucky team to start the season off with 9 consecutive wins. The Wildcats will go for their 10th tomorrow at Rupp Arena. Should be fun. Coming up next, Lawrence County, our number 3 team in the Mountains, takes on JBS.
Yeah, much more from the high-tech Signs and Graphics Holiday Classic. Plus, a little later, we'll go around the SEC for some highlights.
I'm Xavier Owens, number 10, University of the Cumberlands, and you're watching Sports Overtime.
Thanks for sticking with us. Just 3 WYMT coverage area teams with undefeated records coming into today's action. Our number 1 ranked team in the Mountains, Clay County. Our number 7 team in the Mountains, Harlan County. And then these guys, the Lawrence County Bulldogs, right?
Yeah, the 3rd-ranked Lawrence County Bulldogs out of the 15th region, taking on 14th region foe Gene Buchanan. It's the high-tech Signs and Graphics Holiday Classic semifinals. First semifinal game, number 3 Lawrence County and JBS early going. Austin Chapins fakes the pass, fires from deep, pulls the Bulldogs to within a point. Robert Dalton misses the floater, but Grant Kaiser picks up the board, gets the putback +1. Lawrence County, though, down 2. JBS hitting early. Elijah Branham on the kick out, hits the 3, puts the Crusaders up 7. Players going after the loose ball here. Timmy Dalton comes away with it, gets the fast break bucket.
That's Timmy.
And 1. Deficit trimmed to 3. Lawrence had no answer for JBS in the paint. Off the Prince on a sicky move, puts it back up and in for 2. But this is what the Bulldogs do. Brandon Richardson from downtown. That puts Lawrence up 7. And once you draw the defense out, what do you do, Jamie?
You go inside.
You go back door.
Not to Timmy.
Richardson to Robert, lays it in. That increases the lead to 8. Let's go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. Gene Buchanan made a run late, but the Bulldogs hold on to win it 75-71.
You know, the main thing we focused on, knowing was playing them, was rebounding. You know, the two big guys they have inside, that, you know, they're really good rebounders. So Coach really stressed on how rebounding was going to be, and, you know, we worked on it all week, and we came out and we done pretty well, but, you know, we could have done better at rebounding. You know, it's always good to go to a championship and a tournament, but this for us, for our team, this is just a scrimmage. You know, what we're really looking for is just to build up until region. That's really what we're looking forward to.
All right, now Lawrence County will get the winner of Magoffin County and Allen Central. There you see Trenton Russell. Rebels, though, they strike first. Cameron Blevins, he comes off the screen, knocking it down. AC by 2. Off the Rebel miss now, Brady Whitaker leads the break. Oh, he took a lot of contact there. They call a foul? Yeah, they called a foul. Hornets by 1. At the other end, Brett Salmons, he misses the 3, but Dylan Cottle, he's there to clean up the trash. We're all tied in the first. Now working it around the horn, 8th grader Ethan Smith. This is what he does. He knocks down 3s. I was at the Southwood game last week. That's what he did. Central trails by 4. Then Tyler Fitzpatrick, he responds. Lead up back to 7 for Magoffin County. You saw him drive. He can also shoot. Whitaker. Buckets. Magoffin County advances to tomorrow's championship game versus Lawrence County. Hornets beat the Rebels 71-62.
Whenever we get to the championship like this, I don't think we've done this in a while. So it gives us a good confidence boost going into Belfry next weekend when we got a lot of big games against North Laurel. They're like 4 in the mountains. It gives us a lot of confidence, especially playing good competition like Lawrence County in the championship. We got to play a lot better defense. They have a lot of scoring, a lot of threats from the outside. We got to play defense and play a lot better post game.
All right, that sets up an old 57th district matchup for tomorrow's championship game. Number 3 Lawrence County at 6-0 now versus Magoffin County at 6-1. It's a 6:30 p.m. tip time tomorrow at Prestonsburg High School.
All right, staying on the scoreboard, the Clay County Tigers reached the championship game over in Las Vegas for the Tarkanian Classic, but were handed their first loss of the season. They fall to Cheyenne High School 71-67. Tigers are 8-1 now on the year.
That was a great run.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Really put little Clay County on the national scale out there. It was good to see.
Hey, just a 4-point loss, too. I mean, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, up next, more high school basketball will go back out to the High Tech Signs and Graphics Holiday Classic in Prestonsburg.
Yeah, and staying in the Big Sandy, Pikeville hosting the Lady Panther Classic. We'll have highlights from there as well.
We are the Southwestern Lady Warriors, and you're watching Sports Overtime Saturday night.
A bunch of games going on in Pikeville this afternoon for the Lady Panther Classic. That's where you were at.
Yes, we have highlights of a few of those games, starting with the host team, Pikeville. The Lady Panthers taking on the Prestonsburg Lady Black Cats. Olivia Gerhart out in transition, couple bounce passes back and forth with Rachel Blackburn. Gerhart with the finish. Pikeville up 8. Lady Panthers here taking advantage of their size down low. Once they realized this, they pretty much did this all game. Leslie Stewart, that was from Casey Tackett. Lead up to 10. Prestonsburg hanging around early. Jana Jarvis showing off the ball skills there. Finishes with the pull-up jumper. Lead trimmed to 12, but as we go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard, Pikeville overpowered the Lady Black Cats down the stretch. 64-28 the final. Lady Panthers improved to 4-1 on the season.
Head coach Rodney Rowe and the Shelby Valley Lady Cats and the West Carter Lady Comets going at it today. Nice ball movement for the Lady Cats early on. Alex Stanley, the freshman, with a nice finish off the glass. Valley up by 15 at that point. Now Summer Rose, sophomore, pushing up the floor. Lots of traffic in the paint for Lakin Mullins. It's Cassidy Wright in the corner. Lady Cats up 18 in the first half. Valley had their way on offense today. Lakin Mullins, I gotcha. Swish. Led all scores with 17, add 5 rebounds and 3 steals to the stat line for the senior. Valley's quick passes, no match for the young West Carter defense. Kayla Newsom, that's a splash ball, nails the baseline. Jay, we go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. Valley rolls past West Carter 62-27. Shelby Valley is still undefeated, 5-0 on the season. Probably in our top 10 next week, right?
Back to Peaburg now. More from the High Tech Signs Graphics Holiday Classic consolation bracket. Greenup and Shelby Valley. Wildcats down 1 in the first when Hunter Swindle cans a long jumper, gives Valley the 2-point lead. Swindle now with the assist to Donovan Lane. Banks in the leaner. Valley by 1. Wildcats here on the run. Swindle can't connect on the reverse layup, but Donovan Lane there to clean it up off the glass. 7-0 run has Shelby Valley up 6. How about some offense from the Musketeers? Jarrell Jackson drops in and draws the foul. Free throw makes it a 3-point game. U-Pike top play contender here, back the other way. Check out the sweet Euro step from Lamont Wright for the nifty deuce. Valley back up 7. Solid defense by Greenup here. Jordan Hill deflects the pass, comes up with the steal, gets the finish. Let's go to the scoreboard. Greenup County comes back in the second half to beat Shelby Valley 76-66.
All right, James DeRosset in Prestonsburg, meaning East Ridge in the other consolation game today. Warriors hitting early. Jacob Childers. And then why not another corner pocket 3 ball? This is Chris Blevins. Oh, the Ridge up 6 in the first. We need a timeout, don't we, Coach DeRosset? Dawson Clark, he can hit from the outside, but Justin Potter, he gets the easy putback. Lead out to 7 for the Ridge. Prestonsburg clawing back. That's Austin Endicott. Corner pocket 3 ball. U-Pike top play contender for this next highlight. Trey Little. Nice no-look pass to Clark. Lays it up and in, pushing the lead back out to 4 points. Black Cats, they're right there. Bailey Sloan. That's a splash ball. No, it's a rattle ball. Peaburg back to within 2. Doesn't the shot, it said splashes 1 from home. That rattled in. Oh my goodness. That was Jordan Ray. He makes the basket. Let's go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. That would be the final margin of victory today. East Ridge wins by 5, 60-55.
Well, Dalton Frazier and the host Black Cats. Let's do some more Prestonsburg highlights. Hosting Pierce earlier in the day. Off the steal, Peaburg running the break. Frazier finishes down low off the glass. Black Cats by 4 early in the game. More defensive pressure here. Austin Endicott with the strong take, gets the bucket and the foul, lead out to 13. Black Cats in full control of this game. Endicott grabs the defensive rebound, takes it himself coast to coast, finishes with a lefty. 18-point lead for Prestonsburg. Another steal here for the Black Cats. Phil Cornick takes it, finishes with the reverser. It's a reverser, I just made that word up. Let's go to the Highlands Viking Blue Clinic scoreboard. They led by 30 after 1, and the Black Cats going to win it 68-11.
See, I had age to everything, so like reversage or age.
I just added an
You just
reverser.
added All right, up next, we'll look at a recap of the games from last night in the week 3 of the high school basketball hardwood season.
And later, it's basketball season for our Sports Overtime Rewind series, and we're looking at the 1993 Dilscombs Panthers.
Opening night of holiday tournaments and district showdowns, highlighting the basketball schedule last night in the mountains.
Yes, Josh McKinney recaps it all in this week's Lee's Famous Recipe, Hazard and Whitesburg Full Court Press.
The Friday before Christmas means one thing for high school basketball in Kentucky: holiday tournaments galore. But the game of the night was just an old-fashioned in-county district rivalry. Austin Spurlock of Hazard scored 17 points, including a free throw with less than 3 seconds remaining to lift the Bulldogs to a 51-50 upset win over number 9 Buckhorn. Connor Hoskins led the Wildcats with 21 and had a game-tying three-pointer with less than a minute to play. Elsewhere in district action Friday night, Lawrence County notched a home win over Pierrest 62-16 in 60th district girls action in Louisa. Now to some holiday hoops. In the Hayden Citizens Bank Classic at Leslie County, the host Eagles and Lady Eagles both earned wins. The ladies knocking off Buckhorn 70-43, placing 4 players in double figures, and the boys defeated Riverside Christian 64-24. Also in Hayden, the Powell County Lady Pirates earned a victory versus Betsy Lane 49-33, the final in that one. Up north in Rowan County, Powell County ended a 2-game skid with a 73-62 win over Paintsville, and in Madison County, the Perry County Central Lady Commodores beat East Jessamine 47-35 in the Berea Holiday Classic. And in non-district and non-tournament action, number 4 Johnson Central continued its early season trend of win, loss, win, loss, win, beating Prestonsburg 61-28 in Paintsville. The fun and excitement continues through the weekend before a brand new slate of holiday hoop fests tip off New Year's weekend. This has been your Lee's Famous Recipe, Hazard and Whitesburg Full Court Press.
By the way, that last shot, that was awesome. That was Haley Mullins of Leslie County. She's in like 8th grade, and she just flipped it behind her back. That was our play of the night last night.
Awesome. Thank you for that tidbit of information,
Yeah.
Jamie. Coming up later in the show, 4 guys from the mountains are finalists for Kentucky Mr. Football.
Yeah, I'll give you more information here in a second. Up next, we go back to the early 90s. Take a listen.
Dilscombs is the 1993 All-Lake Classic state champion.
Here's some information for you, Lauren. You're going to take us back to 1993 this week in Sports Overtime Rewind.
I will.
Okay. All right, now that we've completely closed the door on the high school football season, we now make the transition in our Sports Overtime Rewind series to basketball season, and we start in 1993. We were both 2.
Yes, I was like 2.5. The 1993 Dilscombs Panthers went on a run to remember through the All-A State Tournament. Check it out in this week's Sports Overtime Rewind.
The story of the 1993 Dilscombs Panthers is truly a tale of David versus Goliath, even if the setting is the All-A State Tournament. In 1993, the community of Jeff, Kentucky would be treated to one of the most emotional runs in the brief history of the Class A State Basketball Tournament. The focal point of the community was Dilscombs High School, and inside that school was a band of blue-collar athletes who bled green and black.
Dilscombs defeated Hazard in the All-A Region Final to punch their ticket to the All-A State Tournament, their first appearance at a state tournament since 1954. The Panthers met up with the Panthers of the 15th Region, Pikeville, in the opening round and advanced on 58-51.
Most teams in the first round of the state tournament, everybody's a little nervous and so forth, so we felt like we were the better shooting team, and if it came down to an outside type game, that we would win. And I remember we got the lead early, maintained it until they come back and tied it up. At the end of the third quarter, I can't remember exactly, but when they did, we scored like the next 4 or 6 points, and maintained it from there out.
That win set up a state quarterfinal showdown with Dilscombs pitted against the heavily favored Lexington Catholic Knights.
Going into that game, no one gave us a shot at winning the game, and there was really no pressure on us. I think the kids felt like, they weren't getting the respect that they deserved, and they were going to go out and play loose, which we were able to do, and handle Lexington Catholic's pressure.
Dilscombs again got off to a great start, getting a good lead, but back came Lex Cath and trimmed the lead down to 1.
With Dilscombs, it seemed a new hero would emerge nearly every night, and on this night it would be Andy Combs, who hit the big shot when it was needed, propelling the Panthers into the semifinals, where they would beat Caverna 68-57.
The Panthers met up with Fulton County in the championship game. Dilscombs brought the speed, the Pilots brought the size. Staying true to form, the Panthers jumped out to the quick lead, but their opponent whittled down the score, keeping it close.
I wasn't used to playing against people that big, if we're playing around here in the 14th region. And we were just like, we could not believe how big they were. Their legs were, in some cases, bigger than our players. We were just in awe of it, but we became focused. Just because they were big, we could outrun them. We were quicker. So we used those things to our advantage.
The second half was an exact replica of the first, with Dilscombs climbing to another 10-point lead. Only this time, the Pilots weathered the storm and tied the game at 62 apiece, sending it to overtime. In the overtime, Dilscombs never could capture the lead. That was until only 7 seconds remained on the clock.
Trent's going to drive it into the lane. Shuffle shot up. It's good with 7 seconds to go. Trent hits it, and Fulton County calls time with 5 seconds to go.
Here is how the championship game unfolded on WSGS Radio.
At half court, 5 seconds to go. Dilscombs leading by 1 in overtime, and it comes to Calcutt down to Warlick. Warlick loses the handle on it. It's loose. 2 seconds. Barnett shot at the horn. No good. Dilscombs with it. Dilscombs is the 1993 All-Lake Classic state champion with a 68-67 win over Fulton County.
I think about it at least once a week, because that's just one of those things in your life you're always going to remember. And it's just a time in your life when, everything was right. You didn't have any worries, anything like that going on in your life. And basically, I think I speak probably on behalf of the whole team, that they probably still, every one of them, even this day, still at least think about that.
All right, now Dilscombs is no longer a high school. In 1995, they consolidated with MC Napier to form what is now Perry County Central High School, but nonetheless, people in Perry County still remember that 1993 team.
Kavanaugh Trent cracks me up. I mean, my goodness, he told me the other day, I was at the Cordia game, Cordia versus Southwestern, he goes, I'm telling you, you go back and watch me play high school, I was literally like 120 pounds. I don't know if he was that. He was just like a carrot. He probably needed to eat some carrots.
Freddie Hunt, one of our production guys, said, Kavanaugh Trent can jump. He said, don't let him fool you. He said he got up back in the day.
Looked like a good athlete. Shout out to Kavanaugh Trent. Good athlete, I guess. All right, we want to hear from you. Send us any ideas you might have for us to feature in our Sports Overtime Rewind series. You can email us at sportsrelease@wymt.com or shoot us a Facebook message on the WYMT Facebook page or Twitter @SportsOT.
So many ways of communication.
Yeah.
Kentucky's next opponent, number 19 Louisville, the Cardinals at home, taking on the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers.
JJ.
Series tied at 39 heading into this one. First half, Cards out to the early lead. Quentin Snyder buries a 3. Cardinals up 5. Later in the half, Toppers go down low to Ben Lawson for the flush. WKU down just 1. Cards, though, would extend the lead. On the break, Snyder with the alley-oop to Chinanu Onuaku. Louisville with a 10-point lead.
You got that name right.
Oh, I nailed it. Then it's Ray Spalding's turn. They get it to him for his own dunk. Cards up 12. Now, right before the half, Snyder with the kick out. Donovan Mitchell. That 3 ball's good. Cards up 34-16 at the half.
Oh, they're not done though.
To the second half now. Western keeping it close on the break. Justin Johnson, layup, and 1. Tops down 10 after that free throw. but the Cards would again pull away. Damian Lee with the 3 from the wing. Cards up 14. Let's go to the scoreboard. Louisville goes on to win it 78-56. Snyder led the way with 16 points, while Onuaku finished with a double-double, 10 points, 12 boards.
We've made a gigantic point of emphasis to paint touch. And it was an interesting thing. Al Skinner, my buddy from Kennesaw State, said, watching you on film, I'm really, really impressed because your philosophy is to paint touch. And he said, tonight you tried to play like the Golden State Warriors. Now, we did make a lot of threes. He said, if you don't play like the Golden State Warriors, and that's not a knock on them, he said, I think you're going to be a very good basketball team. If your philosophy is to go inside and drive, and then if you go inside to out, that's perfect, because then your rebounders are in play. But when you go down, you just shoot a jump shot, and your rebounders are coming down the floor, you better shoot 50, 60%, or it's one and done.
All right, Auburn at number 11, Xavier. The Musketeers 10-0 on the year, first half. Jalen Reynolds, he finishes at the other end with the one-handed slam. Team high 18 for him later. Auburn, they somehow get in back into this ball game. That's a pull-up J. Kareem Canty. Step back 3. Xavier pulls away, though, in the second half. More from Reynolds. Oh, goodness. That's a big boy dunk.
Yeah, it is a big boy dunk.
85-61, Xavier wins. The Musketeers will try to stay perfect when they go to Wake Forest on Tuesday in the Skip Crosser Classic.
Let's go to the scoreboard a little bit. Check out some SEC basketball. Florida squeaks out a close one against Oklahoma State, 72-70 in Vanderbilt. Even though they're all banged up, like you said, they still pull out a win at home over Wofford, 80-56.
No Luke Kessler, no Cameron Justice, and they're still really, really good. The only reason why they're unranked is because they lost to Dayton.
Yeah,
But yeah.
it's a tough one. And then NC State beats Missouri 73-59, and Georgia gets Georgia Tech 75-61. Well, coming up next, our play of the week involves an alley-oop.
It does. Plus, Riley Hall, he's just one of 4 WYMT coverage area players who are finalists for this year's Kentucky Mr. Football. More on that next. Time for our play of the week. Kansas hosting Montana. Wayne Selden Jr. Carlton Bragg Jr. Go get it. Oh, my goodness. And then he just takes a seat on the shoulders of Martin Bring. Watch it again.
I'll just have a seat.
Yeah, he's just chilling. Watch it one more time because it's so good. Wayne Selden Jr. Yeah.
Have a seat, sir.
All right, junior to junior. That's our play of the week. That was pretty.
That was pretty.
All right, welcome back. The 2015 Kentucky Mr. Football finalists announced today, and 4 of the 9 finalists, Lauren, are from the WYMT coverage area.
Pretty awesome. We start with the Gatorade Player of the Year. He shares my name, but he is way cooler than me. Like, way. Cash Money Daniel, the Paintsville Tiger, is a Mr. Football finalist. As a quarterback, he had 117 carries, finished with 926 rushing yards and 22 touchdowns. He also completed 73 out of 123 passes for more than 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And as a linebacker, 91 of his 158 total tackles were solos. He also had 4 fumble recoveries.
Solos. Pulaski County quarterback Riley Hall, also a finalist for Mr. Football. He completed 71% of his passes for 3,147 yards, 35 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. He also did this. He ran the ball 53 times for 336 yards and 5 touchdowns, leading the Maroons to their 3rd straight state championship game.
North Laurel's Steven Nelson, the running back / defensive back, also a finalist. 271 carries, 2,292 yards, 36 touchdowns on the offensive side. And on defense, he had 50 tackles, 18 of them solo tackles, 5 interceptions for the Jaguars. And North finished with an impressive record, one of their best in their history, 11-2 on the season.
And finally, Luke Woods of Whitley County did it all for the Colonels, didn't he, this season? He completed 125 of his 212 passes for over 1,700 yards, 18 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He also had 204 carries for over 1,700 yards and 19 touchdowns. And he just tacked on 31 tackles as well on defense, 22 of those solos. Kind of good.
Kind of good. Our area is kind of good.
We're kind of good.
Kind of good at sports,
kind of good
right?
At sports. That wraps up this show, the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night. We won't be here next week. Of course, I'm going home to West Virginia to enjoy some holiday stuff with my family, and I know you'll be Kentucky-Louisville next Saturday.
Yes, so that means Josh has got this show all by himself.
Oh yeah, I said Joshy Poo. You didn't say Joshy
I did not
Poo.
say Joshy Poo. Before Kentucky-Louisville, though, check out our Boys Mountain Classic preview. That is airing this Friday night in place of Sports Overtime.
Literally, we're just a couple weeks away now from the Mountain Classic at Knott Central. We're going to be fun.
I know, I can't wait. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Good night.